This program is brought to you by IG. Trade over 12,000 shares and ETFs, including major tech giants with extended hours on an award-winning platform. IG, where traders are made.
Our two experts on today's show, joining the panel, of course, Mathan Somasundaram, Chief Executive of Deep Data Analytics, Jonathan Tacadena from MPC Markets. Good morning to you both. Good afternoon. Let me go to our stock of the day today, and an absolute darling of the markets, Lovisa. The planned demerger of Solomon Lew's Smiggle's juggernaut could be in jeopardy because John Chesterton has been poached by Brett Blundy to run Lovisa Jewellery as a result of it. So Mark McGuinness, you'll remember, left Premier Investments a couple of months ago. He crossed over to Brett Blundy's retail investment group, and the change has been made. Jonathan, what do you think of this? Lovisa is a darling of the retail investment market at the moment. I notice a couple of the brokers have already downgraded Lovisa from a buy to a neutral because of the uncertainty. Does it worry you?
It does a little bit, but the thing was, I think last time I was here, we both put a double buy on Lovisa.
Yeah.
It did pop up to new highs just on Friday, and obviously just been beaten down to today's news. It's down near the bottom end of the range, and I still like the stock fundamentally, so I still maintain.
So this pullback is you see it as a buying opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's it down 6% today or something?
Yeah, absolutely. But if you look where it's been trading for most of the year, this is kind of like near the bottom of the range. So it's kind of like being stuck within that range, and it's just near the bottom. So it hasn't broken down to further prices where I would say that the uptrend's actually broken.
Right.
So I see it as an opportunity to buy. Looking at the actual news itself, the new CEO is highly incentivized. So outgoing CEOs on
But the old one was too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I looked at the actual thing. So if he gets maintains EBITDA growth of 18%, he gets like a 200 grand bonus, which is not much. But if he gets it up to 30% and highly incentivized, he gets a 100% bonus. So
right.
I think with that kind of structure in place, he's incentivized to keep growing the company, and I still maintain that.
But the existing one, the one who's leading, was also incentivized by growth in US, and that was his specialty, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That US overseas markets to take Lovisa. Does the Smiggle bloke have that sort of expertise to do it, to keep that rolling? Because that's what's built into the Lovisa share price.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I haven't actually looked at his experience and seen if he's been able to conquer the US market, because obviously, we call it the United States. It's actually quite disunited. There's a lot of different sub-markets within there. You're right, it is a specialty area to try and grow. I haven't seen his track record, but at this stage, if he's incentivized to do so, I still maintain that, let's give him a shot, basically.
Okay, all right. Mathan, do you still have them as a buy?
Oh no! I mean, I'm a resident bear here. I mean, I think I'm one of the few people left in the market. I think everyone's bored. When I come on, I do get attention. Let's put it that way.
But you've always been a big fan of Lovisa, though.
I think it's a great business model. But I think the problem we have is in a market like where we are, all the good ones everyone knows, and they price in fair bit.
Yep.
I mean, when you got the biggest chip maker in play that can drop intraday 10% and it's nearly a $3 trillion market cap, it's a rounding error in most of these cases. So anything can move. Look, I think Lovisa is a great business model. It's all about global growth, and it's a unique model. It's a bit like, I guess the closest comparison I can think of is like a 7-Eleven in Japan, where they're just-in-time play.
Yeah.
Their ability to transform, I did not take it as well in the early times, and I saw what my daughter and my wife were buying and why, the logic, and it actually works quite well. And in a subcontinent Asian culture, buying fake jewelry is normal.
Yep.
To match your attire, So that thematic has been around for I don't know how many decades. So in that context, I think it works, and the way they do it is quite good, but it's still a retailer, and the whole story is about global growth, opening up. So the consumers spending is coming off. There's no doubt globally. And that'll curb some of that. When you got management change, it will shake the market. It's down 9% today. Actually, the surprising part is there's not much shorts in it, right? The shorts have already covered out. They've been killed.
They've been squeezed, yeah.
But Victor Herrero, the outgoing chief executive, who's still got to stay till May next year, so there's a bit of stability, gets paid 30 mil. Chesterton will be paid 2.35, as Jonathan was saying. That's a big come down, but why would Herrero throw the towel in?
And this is this is why statistically, when you see management change, especially in growth stocks, at a cyclical high, when people get out, market worries, and I think that's logical. You know, whenever historically, the classic indicator of peak in banking sector is when CEOs change.
Yeah.
They ring the bell and they walk off. Yeah. Right, into the sunset. Not
to follow family interests.
Exactly.
And
suddenly,
then 6 months later, usually end up somewhere else.
Yes. Because I want to have less stressful, so I went to another CEO position. So that is the data trend. So I suspect the market will be worried, and that'll remain there. I think it's a great stock. It's a growth stock, and so the growth stocks are priced pretty highly. So there's a few things working against this one, but this is a market darling. There's zero shorts in it, right? It's all been squeezed out. So the problem here is everyone who loves it is there. Who wants to pay that multiple is there. To get the marginal buyer, I think you need it to come back a bit more to get the marginal buyer saying, I'm willing to take the risk. So going into, after this result, I think it remains probably in the dog box till the results season, because people would want to see the number. Is management change being flagged as potential slowdown risk coming? And Premier Investment, when they spoke about splitting out Smiggle, they were flagging weaker numbers in Smiggle. Right? So there are things happening even in the good retailers.
Right.
So I think you've got to be a bit more cautious.
If you're in it?
Look, if you're in it, you probably had a good run. You don't care what I say. You're going to hold it. And I think that's a logical assumption.
Yeah.
Till the growth play gets into some trouble, I think you hold it.
But you wouldn't buy on a 9% pullback?
Look, this thing has gone from 18 to 34 in, 6 months?
Yeah.
So the reality is, if you're there, you've done well. You don't go into cyclicals when this is what's playing out.
All right. Fascinating. So that's Lovisa, which is our stock of the day.
This program was brought to you by IG, Australia's #1 CFD provider. Trade over 17,000 markets with extended hours on key US shares and competitive spreads. All on an award-winning platform. IG, where traders are made.